Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to compare and discuss about that which system is better. Either this is GCSE or IGCSE. So there are questions about both of these boards. Both of these boards are related to Cambridge University, and these are offering O levels and A level systems. So and IBD diploma also. So we are going to compare and see which system is better and why is it better. Now let's see an introduction related to IGCSE, and then we are going to see an introduction about GCSE. Related to IGCSE, it is known as International General Certificate of Education. This system was introduced in 1988, and it is an internationally recognized qualification by Cambridge University. It was introduced in the state schools of UK in 2010. Since 1988 it started, but it was introduced in the government schools. State schools means government schools of UK. So government schools of UK in 2010. So we can see almost 12 years time was there when it was in the beginning introduced in the private or independent schools in UK, and which were very expensive, and it was considered as an education which was given only to the elite class. But afterwards, after a long research, they came to know that it was a better system, and they introduced in the schools of government schools of UK also in 2010. It is offering almost 70 subjects option to the students and is taken up by 300 countries. In the beginning, it was introduced into 120 countries opted for this system of education, but later on, up to now, almost 300 countries in the world have taken it up as their examination system for their students of O levels and IBD diploma or A level students. Its initial classes are PYP, primary years program, and MYP, middle years program. IGCSE is mostly thinking based and is less course based, and it is more gives more thinking opportunities and analysis opportunities to its students to widen their exposure, to develop them for worldwide recognition, and for making them better to be adjusted in the universities where they were going to go after completing their school. After IGCSE, O-level students may join IBD, which is International Baccalaureate Diploma, or they may go simply to the advanced level that is known as A-level. Now let's see what is GCSE. GCSE is General Certificate for Secondary Education. This system was introduced in 1986. It was introduced before IGCSE. And this was the system which was a merge of two systems, which is known as GCSE O-levels and CSC, Certificate of Secondary Education. So these two systems were merged together, and the system of GCSE was introduced. GCSE introduced coursework detailing with controlled assessment under compulsory supervision for course content, which provided less liberty of thinking and more stress on content learning as well as explanations. Many international employers stressed and started thinking that they started finding it more course-based, and students' thinking was more boxed to the course content, and they felt that it was less challenging because everyone and more A grades were given to the students. All those students which were achieving D and E grades were considered pass, but there was no recognition for further admissions and scholarships. So this basically placed a question on its validity. Why this change is required? Why we must think about IGCSE when we compare it with GCSE? Change is required for progression and better international recognition. IGCSE is the next step to GCSE for our new and future generation. That is why IGCSE is offered by Cambridge University. Then there is a system of EdExcel also, Education and Excellence, which is introduced by Cambridge, and AQA, Assessment and Qualification Alliance boards are there under UK exam boards. So Cambridge University preferred this system, and it is more widely accepted and more widely introduced in UK. IGCSE is more widely accepted by universities, colleges, and international employers as their entry requirements. It is more thinking based and then intensive course based and learning and cramming. So it discourages cramming, and it gives chance to the students to become innovative and think more out of the box. Nick Gibbs is the person who was a minister for a long time for UK schools. He said in a BBC News interview, he said on 7th June 2010, when this system of IGCSE was introduced in the state schools or government schools. So he said at that time that schools must be given greater freedom to offer the qualifications required by employers, universities, and prepare pupil for life, work, and further study. For too long, students in the state schools or government schools have been unfairly denied the right to study qualifications like IGCSE, which has only served to widen the already vast divide between independent private schools and state school or government school students. By removing this red tape, pupil will have more opportunity to complete their school with the same set of qualification as their peers from top ranking private schools. So this was said by Nick Gibbs, and afterwards this system was, IGCSE system was introduced in the government schools also. Now, if we evaluate finally, we find this thing that IGCSE offers a practical way forward as it develops more confidence and practical based approach in its students with increased options of vocational and professional courses, as well as many more options of higher education and jobs. So this is the end of all this discussion. I hope you find it interesting, and if there are questions, you may ask in the question box which is given below. So take care and God bless you. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.